All right, good morning, traders. Today is October 23rd, 2024. Almost Halloween, 8 days away. All right, good morning. Thank you for being here today, everybody here in the room, in the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you out there in digital land. Appreciate that. My SPY pivot this morning remains at 582.41. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. Looking like a possible consolidation day. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we get a breakout. We'll see. All of the Fab Five still in daily uptrend. SPY closed 2-hour uptrend, 10-minute downtrend. IWM and Diamond Dow made lower highs and lower lows, closing underneath bearish crosses, but over their 17 EMAs. QQQ and FNGU made higher highs and higher lows, closing over bullish traps over their 17 EMAs. SPY made a lower high and a lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Gold made a new all-time high yesterday. Silver made a new 12-year high, working on a 13-year high. UNG in an uptrend made a higher low and a higher high, closing inside the bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. USO in a downtrend made a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bearish trap and over the 17. Big move. US dollar index in the uptrend closed near 104.10 area. That thing just keeps ratcheting up. When is it ever going to give up? All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, first chart, SPY. In the pre-market, post-market, we got a 10-minute downtrend. Okay, kind of continuation of that big red candle started yesterday. I would look for a big red candle to finish this downtrend off and then look for a reversal right after that. Okay, so there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. On the 2-hour chart, okay, we have a 2-hour uptrend going into the close, just barely, squeaked it out. We got a 2-hour downtrend in the pre-market, post-market. Mainly just consolidation. If you look at price action from the 17th to the 23rd, it moves in a straight line over to the right for the most part. Okay, SPY still making higher highs and higher lows, still in a daily uptrend. We are over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP, indicating money is flowing into the SPY, especially when prices has an uptrend in the daily time frame. Well, in the short term time frame. Okay, so anytime you got an uptrend inside of this, over this pink line, money's flowing into the SPY. Somewhere, some way, somehow. All right, so there's SPY. My SPY pivot this morning remains at 582.41. We drill down to the 5-minute. Okay, so we're underneath the pivot, so I'm looking for red erases green. So you can see right here the aggressive move in the pre-market would be price below 581.83 would be a entry for a short trade. Okay, but we've just been moving to the side, so we've got kind of a move up, back, up. Probably going to come back here, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so there's SPY on the 5-minute. I'm looking for it to probably revisit this area. If it fails to revisit this area right here, look for it to rip and make a brand new high, probably up out of here, probably up near 587. Okay, if it fails to visit this area right through here, 580.60. Okay, if we fail that, then probably look for a rip to the upside. So yesterday, we gapped down, and the bulls filled the gap. That's bullish. Okay. Every time we've come down, the bulls have seemed to have bought it back up. And we came down, and the bulls bought it back up. Recently, the bulls are still buying this right back up to this to the pivot and higher, 582.41. All right, so on the bullish side, we're looking for green erases red. So green erases red right here. That's an entry over 583.14. That would be a bullish entry to the upside. To the downside, like I said before, below 581.80. Just call it 581.80. Below 581.80 is a bearish entry to the downside to visit the 580.60 area. All right, so we'll see where we go. All right, so there's SPY in the pre-market. Let's take a look at, let's go back to the daily chart. Let's go see some of the other indices. We'll start off with QQQ. QQQ still in an uptrend. Still over that prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Still making higher highs and higher lows. Moving up and moving to the right, holding the higher ground and consolidating. QQQ doing really well for the past 1, 2, 3 days. Just a move to the right, really. Actually, you could include everything from the 15th on. It's just been a move to the right. So there's QQQ, still bullish, still in a daily uptrend. FNGU. Same deal, but a little bit more bullish than QQQ. So you can see that move up. All right, so FNGU making higher highs and higher lows. Price action is up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. We're in an uptrend. You can see the uptrend line. You can see the 17 EMA pointed up. Here's price action yesterday, making a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. QQQ did the same thing. Okay, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. SPY, like I said in the pre-market there. Lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. All right, here's Diamond Dow making a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish cross, but over the 17 EMA and over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. IWM doing the same thing here. Lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish cross, but over the 17 EMA and over the 2024 high anchored VWAP right there. We got close to taking out that high. See how close we got? I think we left maybe $1 on the table, maybe $2. Yeah, it looks like maybe $2 left on the table there that we couldn't quite, close the deal. But we're still making higher highs and higher lows. All right, so price action still bullish in the IWM, actually in all 5 of the Fab 5. Let's go take a look at technicals, T2122. We spent the day chomping around inside the sell zone and knocking on the door of the seller's chop zone. So lower high, got a lower low. Guess what? We got another lower high. Are we going for the oversold zone today? We could be. We could be. There seems to be a pattern with this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Maybe we get another lower low later on today or tomorrow. T2123. All right. Remember, not yesterday, but the day before was a brand new all-time high. Yesterday, guess what? They're cooling off. So we had a gap down that was never filled by the bulls. All right, but gap down, move over to the right. So that's kind of like a bear flag. All in all, this is still bullish. It's just a whole lot of profit taking, selling yesterday. Okay, you can see it was red from the beginning of the day, almost to the end of the day. We got one green candle bar right there. Still up over the rising 200 SMA. That's bullish. Still way up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Prior all-time highs. These aren't anchored VWAPs. Up over prior all-time highs. All of these. Okay, so there's T2123. Now we're going to go to the 3-bar chart. It's going to look similar. 200 is just a little lower. All right, see the 200 rising up from underneath, passing through these prior all-time highs, still in an uptrend. Notice the 200 pointed up. Yesterday's price action, 3 more green candle bars. Okay, but you notice the space has diminished from the 17 EMA and the price action. So maybe another rest day coming in. Usually these rest days come in threes. So we could see another rest day coming today, maybe even tomorrow as well. So here's T2123 3 bar. Everything's still bullish here. Okay, we haven't made any lower lows. Everything's just kind of pulling back. And they could pull all the way back to minor support and rip again. All right, for all I care, that would be fine with me. Or consolidate in a bullish flag over to the right for a week or two. So there's T2123. FNGU had a great day yesterday. All right, here's the 22nd. You can see we started out the day green, took a little rest, did some more buying, took a little rest, and now we're consolidating in the pre-market, post-market. You look at what's going on. We have a move. We have a move up. Okay, and then over to the right. That's bullish. Okay, up over the rising 200 SMA. That's bullish. Up here in quadrant 4, still bullish. Everything's still looking good for FNGU up over the 200. Love that. All right, let's go take a look at a few sectors. Let's start off with the precious metals because, boy, are those hot. Okay, so let's start off with silver. Silver made higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17, over the prior all-time high. That is a 2024 high for silver. That's actually a 12-month high for silver right there. Okay, so got a little ways to go. Maybe we go all the way through, all the way back up to the prior all-time high. Go visit that. Silver on a tear to the upside. Gold, new all-time high set yesterday and another new all-time high set today. Okay, you can already see here's yesterday's candle, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17. I don't have to tell you it's in an uptrend. It's making new all-time highs. So there's gold. Let's take a look at USO. Okay, USO in a downtrend because it broke that low. All right, still hasn't made a higher, has made it possibly a lower high here, possibly. We'll see. Here's yesterday's candle, higher high and higher low, closing over a bearish trap and over the 17, the falling 17 there. So USO trying to fight off that downtrend. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG also in a downtrend with a higher low and a higher high, closing inside the bearish gap. That's the 3 underneath the 8. All three of it priced, the 3, the 8 underneath the falling 17. That's a downtrend right there. Actually, no, that's an uptrend, but probably on the 2-hour, 4-hour, it's a downtrend. Okay, so once we break this low right here, see how we came close to it, we'll be in a downtrend. So right now, there's just pulling back into this rally up. Notice the price action, kind of neutral. It was bearish. They went up, and then they gave it up. Okay, so if we look at the prior price action, that'd be neutral. So we kind of have to go on whatever happened prior. And you can see we were in a bear flag prior to that. Come down and over to the right. Okay, just create a little volatility in there. So there's UNG. Let's go look at a few sectors. All right, got a lot of sectors that are still bullish. All right, even though we're taking a rest. First sector, SMH. Try it again, SMH. All right, here's the all-time high anchored VWAP. Price action is up over it, making higher lows and higher highs. That's an uptrend. Anytime you see short-term uptrends inside the SMH. Those would be money flowing into the SMH right there. You can see up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, let's take a look. XLK looking a little bit better than SMH. All right, up over the prior all-time high, making higher lows and higher highs in an uptrend, just like SMH in an uptrend. Let's take a look at XLI. Industrials up over prior all-time high, all right, and making new highs recently here, probably about 7 days ago, 6 days ago. XLI in an uptrend till it breaks this low right here. Okay, got a long way to drop before it's in a downtrend. It's in an uptrend till it breaks that low. So there's XLI moving up over to the right. That's bullish. Price action yesterday. Price came down and the bulls brought it right back up. See what happens today. XLI still in an uptrend, still bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. Let's take a look at XLF. Up over, prior all-time high VWAP right there, price action, making higher highs and higher lows. This is in an uptrend. This is bullish, moving up, holding the upper quadrant there. That's bullish. Probably stick the quad lines in there. Let's just take this out. We don't need half this stuff in here. It just adds into the junk, trashes up the chart. I will leave that one. Okay, let's put the quad lines in, and we're going to take it from the low up to the high, still in quadrant 4. All right, so that's bullish, XLF. All right, let's take a look at XLU. XLU up over the prior all-time high right there. Price action moving up. You can see price action moving up and over to the right. That's bullish. Everything's still bullish in XLU. Everything's still bullish in XLI, XLF, XLK, SMH. Everything's still looking bullish. Last two, XRT. All right. Making higher lows and made a higher high. That's an uptrend. It just barely squeaked one out. Price action hanging out, was hanging out in quadrant 4. Yesterday kind of fell out just a little bit. All right, so maybe another visit back to the midpoint, maybe lower. I don't know. Currently in pretty good size bull flag. And I didn't want to move that. Well, might as well delete it. And price action moves up and over to the right. All right, that's a bull flag that's bullish. It's just been going on now for 10 months. All right, so we got a higher low right here. I'm looking for price to make a higher high up to the upside. Okay, we'll see what happens. All right, there's XRT. By the way, Amazon's looking good. Okay, CGC is also looking good. All right, let's take a look at IYT. Then we'll check out the economics package. IYT is transports making higher lows and higher highs. Okay, that's the all-time high up there. There's a prior all-time high right here. You can see that blue line, price action up over the blue line, indicating money's flowing into the transports. Again, higher lows, higher highs. That's bullish. Everything bullish right there so far in all the sectors I covered. Everything's still looking good. Everything's still holding strong. Let's go take a look at the economics package. Got the Fab 5 in uptrends, T2123 in an uptrend. Got FNGU, the big cap, in an uptrend. Just need them to continue forward. Now notice the market on T2123, okay, that's why I follow the FNGU. Okay, notice the market yesterday, let's take a look at the 15, okay, was like red from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. There's hardly any buying going on at all, okay? And yet SPY moved up, okay? SPY closed the bullish gap, okay? Why did it do that? Okay, again, you go look at FNGU Okay, FNGU bullied all day. That's the power of those 10 weighted stocks in the FNGU. Okay, you could have out of S&P 500, 490 stocks going down, but these 10 are so weighted and carry so much power. That's why I'm saying this is the leash that jerks the dog. All right, and notice price action went down and bullied all day. Up, rest, up, more rest. Now we go back and look at SPY. Okay, look at SPY on a 15-minute. Okay, 22nd, we gap down, right down to here. Okay, we went up, bullied, rested, and then went up and then rested. Same thing. So we followed for the most part while there was selling going on in the other 400, 490, 480 stocks for the most part. Okay, the FNGU carried the load. And that's why there's so much power in that FNGU. You're going to want to have that as a clue to what the market's doing. Okay, again, you can have 450 stocks moving south, but you've got 50 of the top weighted ones moving up. And what you get is a price moving to the upside, even though the majority of them are falling. Okay, that's the power of the FNGU and those weighted stocks there. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that this is why I call it an indicator. Even though it's an ETN, all right, it's got so much power, it's more valuable than probably anything else I'd watch. Especially if I'm going to trade the SPY. Now, if I was going to trade the Russell 2000, T2123 would be my indicator. All right, but if I'm trading the SPY or the QQQ, this is probably one of your best indicators right here. Watch for the uptrends here, and they will manifest for the most part, most of the time, they will manifest inside the SPY and the QQQ. Hey, good morning, JA. All right, so back to, let me get off my soapbox. All right, let's go take a look at the economics package. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar just not giving up. Killing me. It's killing me, okay? Supposed to turn right here. Supposed to turn here. It was supposed to turn here. Just killing me. I mean, I've never seen it move like that before. I mean, here's a like a 5-day move, but what is this? It's like a 14-day move to the upside. I guess they think the dollar's strong. Either that or the rest of the world went down. Anyways, you can see price action. Yeah, it's definitely in an uptrend because it's making higher highs. Here's the high it broke there, broke this high. Now we're going to challenge this high right here. All right, closed yesterday right there, 104.10. All right. Now, when the dollar is strong like this, that's not good for our markets. Okay. Typically, it's not good. Why? Because if the dollar's strong, it tends to make gold and silver less expensive. It costs less dollars to purchase gold and silver because the dollar is stronger, and it tends to make gold and silver pull back. Same with the markets. When we have a strong dollar, all right, when we go to sell our goods and services overseas, all right, it costs foreign countries more of their currency to match our rate because our dollar is strong. So it's not good at all. Okay, so GDP is probably going to come in fantastic, but for October, maybe not so much. So we'll be getting September GDP. I don't know if we get it soon, if we get it in November, or we already had it, or it's coming in. I don't know when, but it'll be interesting to see what September GDP is. you can see for most part September was in this bear flag all the way down here at the lows, whereas October has spent the whole month moving back up to the upside, actually up to the July lows right there. Okay, so there's the US dollar. Okay, economic calendar for today. All right, so Bauman spoke this morning, or is going to speak at 9. MBA mortgage applications at 7. Existing home sales at 10. Atlanta Fed business inflation expectations at 10. Petroleum report 10:30. Pretty much every Wednesday 10:30. Treasury buyback announcement. Beige book at 2. Treasury buyback results at 2. All right, for tomorrow, jobless claims 8:30. I'm saying don't worry about the jobless claims. We got seasonal hiring going on. Okay, this is the retails. This is like the Super Bowl for the retail market. Okay, you're going to get Black Friday. You're going to have end of the year. New Year's Eve is a huge, as well as New Year's Day, is a huge day for all the grocery chains. I think they do phenomenal on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day with all the champagne that's bought, all the big hams and turkeys and roast beefs and everything. So those days are coming up right here. And they're going to need personnel and associates to help move that product, keep it on the shelf, and keep it in presentable order. All right. Chicago Fed National Activity Index. All right. That's coming out at 8:30. Got a Fed speaker, but it's not Mr. Powell, so don't disregard that. PMI Composite Flash 945. New home sales comes out at 10. Don't forget today is existing home sales. 10 o'clock tomorrow is going to be new home sales. So anything that was, I guess it was just built and it hasn't been sold yet, or it was just sold for the first time, all right, that would be new home buyers. EIA gas report comes out at 10:30. Got a new, some note announcements, quite a few of those. Kansas City Fed Manufacturing Index at 11. Not much weight put in that. Fed balance sheet at 4:30. And on Friday, durable goods at 8:30. Consumer sentiment at 10. And a rig count at 1. Okay, really light week. So, and every time I say it's a really light week, and I say if the bulls want to make it run, all right, or make it rain, you know what I'm saying? They can move it to the upside if they want to. But every time I've said that, they seem to want to pull back. I don't understand it, and then jack it up just before whatever the main event is for the following week. Okay, so there seems to be a pattern here. I don't know if we're going to melt off some more today, and then when we get closer to next week, they'll start jacking it back up, coming into the main event of whatever's happening next week. Maybe GDP, maybe something, I don't know. Maybe inflation. We'll see what happens. But that's what's been happening recently. So there's the economic outlook. Not much happening. All right, as far as industrials are all-time highs. They're working well. Retail is going to be making lots of money. This season's coming around the corner. Jobless claims mean nothing because there'll be a bunch of seasonal hiring, as well as the coastal communities, as well as the Appalachian Mountain communities. Some of those got hit hard as well from a hurricane, so they'll be rebuilding. There'll be lots of hiring, lots of new roofs being put on, lots of existing homes being rebuilt and remodeled and updated for the future to pass through a future storm here. All right, so let's take a look at Max Payne. Didn't seem to matter yesterday. I got to tell you, they kind of bullied all day, but they gapped down, so they gave the bears a way out. Max Payne today, 583, 1 3/4 puts for each call. Okay, so we'll see which direction we go. Yesterday we gapped down, and the bulls filled the gap. Are we going to do it again today? I don't know. We're already down. Okay, so we'll see how much lower we get when we open up the market. And are they going to bully it back up again? I don't know. All right, I'm out of breath here. Let's take a look at earnings. Got a lot of earnings today. All right, for this morning. All right, got Coca-Cola's coming in at $299 billion just for the morning. Thermo Fisher Scientific, $227 billion. Lloyd's Banking, $195 billion. NextEra Energy, $172 billion. AT&T, $155 billion. Boston Scientific, $129 billion. I got to move forward. Carl Icahn's business, $103 billion. Boeing's going to report $98 billion. Not Lam Research. General Dynamics, $84 billion. That would be defense. Okay, Boeing's also defense, $98 billion. All right, for this evening, we got Lam Research, $94 billion. Carl Icahn, we don't know when he's going to report there. All right, and we got ServiceNow. They're in the, by the way, ServiceNow is inside the FNGU. They're going to report $189 billion. I don't know if that's Snowflake. I noticed the three of the letters belong in SNOW. So we'll see. Maybe that's the new word for, that's the new ticker for Snowflake with the new name change. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm looking at three of the same letters that was in SNOW. All right, so they're going to report this evening. IBM's going to report this evening, $213 billion. T-Mobile's going to report this evening, $259 billion. Tesla's going to report this evening, $700 billion right there. So a whole lot of market cap reporting this morning. Whole lot of market cap reporting after close. All right, those are just the big ones. Those are the notable ones, okay? You got about 18 pages of market cap reporting, but these are just the big ones that are capable of kind of twisting the market a little bit, especially Tesla up around almost three quarters of $1 trillion. That can tend to, alongside of ServiceNow. All right, we'll have to watch the FNGU. Maybe one will go up and one will go down. If they both go up, FNGU could go up. You could see a gap up tomorrow. And of course, the reverse is also true. Could see them both gap down if both of them report poorly. S&P Global reports tomorrow morning. $163 billion. Union Pacific, railways, transports, $146 billion. Honeywell, it's electronics, $143 billion. KKR, not sure what they do, $124 billion. UPS, they deliver packages, that's B Transports, $112 billion. Northrop Grumman, that's defense, $77 billion. Carrier Global, they move product around the earth, all right, $73 billion. And the rest are just kind of familiar names, Gallagher, Capital One, but not capable of really moving the markets right there. So there's the earnings calendar for tomorrow. For Friday, we got Sanofi Advantis. They are still looking for the P&L or trying to compile it. HCA Healthcare, $106 billion. Colgate-Palmolive, $81 billion. AON, $77 billion. More familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets there. Take a look at Monday. What do we got? Fomento Económico Mexicano. All right, sounds like a bank to me. $175 billion. They're going to report in the morning on Monday. Waste Management, $85 billion. They pick up garbage around local cities. All right. Welltower, maybe they do towers for communications. That would be $79 billion. Again, more familiar names: Brown & Brown, Cadence Design, Ford Motor Company. Okay. Again, more familiar names, but nothing that's really going to move the markets. Okay. So that's it. That's it for the earnings calendar. So we did the dollar, the disappointing dollar. We did that. We did the earnings calendar. We did the open interest max pain, 583. We just left that area. Did the economic calendar. And then there's Wall Street IO. And if you like anchored VWAP, you just go to studies here and actually have anchored VWAP right there. Okay, Wall Street IO is a free platform. You can't trade on it, but it is a free charting program. Okay, and you got anchored VWAP right there. It's got all kinds of studies on there. These are just the A's and the B's. As you can see, it goes all the way down to the Z's with the zigzag. All right. All right, traders. Alpha Dog says not sure Wall Street IO is free. Yeah, it's free. I mean I'm getting it. You got to give them your email address. Yeah. Yeah, this is free. You just got to give them your email address, and you got to sign in. All right. But once you signed in, you're in. Yes. So there you go. All right, traders, I'm going to render my video, and I'll see you guys in 45 minutes. All right? 45 minutes. You guys got the marching orders. They're in the video right there. I showed you where the red erases green underneath the pivot and the green erases red over the pivot.